All right, with Halloween just around the corner, we're excited to have Blake and Samantha Hendricks, the owner of the Dog Stop, here to share essential Halloween pet safety tips.
So they'll be demonstrating what treats and decorations to avoid and how to make trick-or-treating a safe and fun experience for our furry friends. So we are so excited that you both are here today. I just can't wait to just snuggle with this baby, but we're all trying to protect our furry friends, aren't we?
We are.
Absolutely. How can we do so?
Well, there's a couple different things, right? So as we kind of prepare for Halloween, we all have our dogs in our home, right? So the first thing we can do is, if your dog is kind of an anxious dog, create a safe space for that dog. Maybe that dog can be put in a room away from the main activity. You know, we have lots of activity at our door. So maybe in the basement, back room, somewhere like that. Put some white noise on. Dogs love Paw Patrol. Big fan of that, right? So a little TV, maybe a white noise machine. Lots of good ideas there. And then when we talk about the actual doorbell, you know, it doesn't hurt to disable the doorbell if you have an anxious dog or a dog that gets excited. You know, it's a couple wires, pretty easy to reattach. So that's a good option. You could also put a sign up on your front door that just says, "Hey, knock softly," or "No doorbells," or even if you wanted to, text. Right? You could have the trick-or-treaters text you to come to the door. A little unusual, but however you want to handle it, it's up to you. And then, if you decide to take your dog trick-or-treating, or even in the house, you want to think about costumes for your dog.
Right.
Right. So you don't want to put anything on your dog that could restrict its movement, its breathing, its vision, because all these are stressors for dogs. Right. You don't want your dog to be stressed out more than it has to be for Halloween. Like Scout here would love anyone to come visit him, but not every dog is like Scout.
Yeah.
Some dogs are more nervous and they need a little special treatment during Halloween and holidays like 4th of July, and anytime there's lots of people coming to your house or loud noises. So just anything that you can do that, you know, can relieve that stress.
And so how can folks also be very careful, because nowadays we'll eat some candy, we'll throw it in the trash, and then we kind of set it and forget it. Yeah. But our little ones sometimes love to go in the trash and maybe get some of those wrappers. So can you give us some suggestions?
So for our furry friends, they do like to go counter surfing. If they smell something delicious in the trash, they might want to go digging for it. So just be mindful of putting it up in higher places where they can't reach, especially candies that contain chocolate or xylitol, which is artificial sugar, which is very toxic for dogs. So just make sure to put any and all candy up so they can't reach it. If you have kiddos, make sure that they throw away their trash, because they sometimes leave some on the stick or inside the wrapper just so that the dogs can't get it, to avoid any emergency vet visits. You also want to make sure that the wrappers and sucker sticks get put in the trash can, because those can cause GI blockages if your dog ingests that. And also you just want to make sure that your dog is getting pet safe treats if you do have them.
That was my question, because of course a lot of times we love to give our dogs, like, you know, different treats. We may create some treats and things like that for certain holidays, but how can we ensure that we are giving the correct dog treats? I know rawhide sometimes isn't the best for a lot of animals, so can you help us out with that?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing that she talked about was xylitol. That's a fake sugar that goes into a lot of products. Right. Like a lot of store-brand peanut butters have this, so you just got to a little bit of research on Google. You can kind of figure out what's good for your dog, what's not good for your dog. Obviously, chocolate, that's a no-go, right? Nobody wants to feed their dog chocolate. As much as they might be interested in chocolate, we just can't let them have that.
All right, the Dog Stop, really quickly, what is the Dog Stop all about?
The Dog Stop is kind of a all-in-one concept for dog care. So the only thing that we really can't do for your dog is veterinarian services. We do training, grooming, boarding, daycare, and we have a retail store. Oh. Our retail store is a little different than most. It's not huge. We only carry the highest quality products. Gotcha. The foods that are in our store are 4- and 5-star foods. Both of us, as well as both of our managers, are pet nutrition certified. Excellent. So we're probably about as knowledgeable as your vet when it comes to that, and we sell, you know, just phenomenal stuff that most people have never heard of.
Right.
Yeah.
So. India was hitting spot there with Scout.
Sorry.
He was giving it up.
He's having a good time.
I'm coming home with you.
Go check out thedogstop.com. Thank you all very much for being here.
Thank you.